Hello, everybody. My name is Manfred Tambe. Welcome again to another episode of NSL Full-Time. Believe it or not, this is going to be one of our hottest weeks because we have some hot topics for you. So thank you for tuning in. And I have my podcasters with me here today.
Uchedo in the building. Your boy Uchedo is right here.
Yes, I'm here. I'm back, Taye. It's gonna another lovely week. What a great weekend of football. The weather is changing a little bit in the DMV, so I got a little hoodie today to stay warm. But the action on the field this weekend was hot, hot, hot. We have to start with the EPL table. We have to look at what's going on in EPL. Did you guys watch all the beautiful game this weekend?
I was glued to the screen, believe it or not.
This weekend was great. We can start with the Arsenal versus City, the biggest game of the weekend. By the way, it has more people around the world watching it than the Super Bowl, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, the viewership was crazy. It was the biggest game, biggest of the many games this weekend. I think the best team won, right? Arsenal is not looking too good. And if you look at the table right now, Arsenal fans worldwide are panicking, even though they are number one. But like I said last week, City still got a game in hand. And if City wins this game, it's a game changer. So for you guys that are home, you're looking at the table, Arsenal with 70 points, City with 67, with a game in hand.
Yes. And I think we need to pay attention to the goal differentials because the goal differentials, City has 36, Arsenal has 37. In the event that they both have 70 points, Arsenal is still on top of City because they go with the goal differential first.
Yeah, but in order for you also have to consider in order for them to both have 70 points, if Man City wins their game in hand, even if it's just one goal that Man City, to win, you need at least, a goal. They will have both same, goal differential. And if you were to put your money on which team's attack is more explosive, is Man City. So the goal differential really doesn't help Arsenal because Man City, they score more. Arsenal's problem this season has been scoring goals.
Not only that, guess who the game in hand is? City next game is against Burnley. Burnley is 19th in the table in the relegation zone. So it's and guess who Arsenal is playing? Arsenal is playing Newcastle. That's their next game. But the game in hand, which I look at it as a free game, is against Burnley. That's a big, opportunity for City to run up score on them, before they to catch up the 33 games.
Should we look at this league as a statement by Pep Guardiola? Believe it or not, most people saw it like the burial of the Man City way this 2026 season, 25-26 season, because Guardiola has had a lot of problems winning games that he needed to win. He kept changing lineups, experimenting, and then once Rodri got healthy, he started rebuilding, so to speak. And nobody really saw Man City. Liverpool were the bigger contender. And all of a sudden, here comes Guardiola pushing again.
But you know what City does, though, right? Yes, Pep is good. Pep makes some changes. But City's transfer is ridiculous. We have to give them credit, right? I don't know. I know last week we talked about Olise and Yamil Lamar, but Turkey may be the best player in EPL right now. And they have Haaland, they have Semenyo that they got from Bournemouth, and Turkey is dominating compared to those two.
Bernardo Silva.
Rodri
is reinventing himself.
And their goalkeeper is Donnarumma, but he made a fatal mistake this weekend. That was crazy. But, Turkey right now, you might as well give him the player of the year. You might as well give him the transfer of the year, So
he's a magician with the ball.
Bro, that guy is having fun. I love to watch players that have fun with the ball, not just play. Yes, you play to win when you need to, but if you just enjoy what you do, Turkey is having fun. I love that about him, Speaking
Yeah,
of
So
form,
just
go
to
ahead,
piggyback
Ogachi.
on what you just said in terms of transfer, I don't think any team in the whole of Europe does a better job, has more leeway when it comes to signing. Guardiola does not wait. If there's an issue January, people forget both Semenyo and Guehi came in the January transfer
yeah,
window,
yeah,
and they have been instrumental in their bouncing back to
yep,
to me the top of the league. So you have to, and he's very quick to move off players. Oh, if
Yes,
you're not
he is.
producing, we
yep,
seem to forget Phil Foden is still on that team,
yep,
fit, but if you're not producing at the moment, you would sit
yep,
and other
yep,
players will play. How
yep.
many
Yeah.
teams do that? So
Some
he has
players would have been,
his rate of turnover with players is really high.
yeah,
It's because number one, he has the open book from his, owners, and so
yeah,
that's an advantage he has that he uses well. On the other hand, Arsenal, I don't know, Mikel Arteta just keeps showing that inexperience, here and there. Like for me, the game yesterday, at that point, I don't think Eze was the best player to have been subbed
To
out.
sub out.
yeah,
Yeah, at that moment, I know initially, he was playing a little soft, but he got into the game. He was, because when football gets to that level,
You
you
need
need
mature people,
you need players with, a moment
experience.
of brilliance that can
yeah,
come up with something. It's not just the regular players that can do the fundamentals. No, you need individual brilliance, and Arsenal didn't really have it.
yeah.
You
So
know,
we literally, sorry, Oga Taye, we can take what you just said, Oga Uche, and put it on the last 10, 15 games that Arsenal has played.
Yeah.
It is not just yesterday's result that is causing this uproar. It is the past 10 results, the April results, and so I think there's a lot of tactical knowledge that
yes,
needs to be put
you're
into
absolutely right.
Arteta's
Because
approach.
even in my opinion, yesterday Arsenal played well. They played okay, but they had results in the past 3-4 games, like you said, that they had no business either tying or losing.
Or dropping points.
Yeah, I didn't even see the effort they put against Man City. I didn't see them put it in their last game. Even the FA Cup that they were dumped out by, was it Southampton? I didn't
Yep.
see that kind of effort. You know?
Like like I said last week, right? Arsenal has only won one game in April under Arteta since he took over. Something about him and April does not gel. And in this April, they've only won one game. They tied with
Not
Sporting
joking.
Sporting in Champions League. The only game they won was the first leg of the Champions League. This is the April result: 2-1 loss to Southampton in FA Cup. Right? They won the next game 1-0 away in Champions League. Then they lost to Bournemouth 2-1. They tied the return leg at home to Sporting 0-0. So they moved forward based on the tie, based on the winning the first leg, and then they lost to City 2-1. The next game is against Newcastle. We are still in April. I don't see them winning that. They might come out of that with a draw. And like I said earlier, you have players like Cherky that is having fun. I don't know any Arsenal fan that's having fun right now. And definitely their fans are not having fun. The internet, though, is having fun right now.
Wow.
I'm sure if you've been
Can we
online,
talk about the internet?
you will
I
see
mean,
all the trending jokes. Oh
Failure
my
my
is
God,
God.
what
look
you
at
call
this.
failure
Look
at
at
the end
this.
of success.
Look at that.
The coach is bottled up.
Yes.
This just summarizes who
Jesus.
Arteta is. Like, he has been bottled up.
Choking,
Man.
choking, choking, choking,
Hey,
choking.
you guys cannot blame our directors for this, but this is all over all over the internet, and she is spot on. I mean, when
Yes.
I saw the one with the bottle and Arteta, I was like, man, AI is doing a number on Arsenal, not just the haters.
And look at the picture to the right. They started with a quadruple. A lot of Arsenal fans 3 months ago were like, no, we're going to take the quadruple, the quadruple. You could not convince them that they would take only 3. Here we are. They have 1 left to fight for. And it's one that their odds for winning are so extremely low.
Extreme.
So
I'm not even sure they're going to, I mean, I know we'll talk about Champions League later, but I'm not sure they're going to go past the semifinal. I think this is it for them, because their confidence is so low right now. Their fans is so low on them that is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know.
So
I don't know what to say.
a quick question to podcasters.
About confidence and fans, even their game has gone low compared
So I
to
have a
the
quick
Arsenal
question. Should
season.
Arteta be replaced?
If there's, I said it. Remember, I said it 2 weeks ago, right? If they don't win any trophy this year, you have to replace him. It's not about the players anymore.
Wow.
They have depth this year. Look at the game yesterday. Gyökeres didn't start, right? Kai Havertz started. You still have Jesus, because if you don't win, the players will want to get out. So before you lose, before it was, oh, Arsenal doesn't have depth. Arsenal doesn't have depth. You brought in Eze, right? You brought in Gyökeres. They don't have a striker. Now you have 3 strikers, right? In Jesus, Gyökeres, Kai Havertz, wingers. You have Manny Madueke that you brought in, So it's not about depth anymore. So now it's got to be about the coach. If they don't win anything this year, he's got to go. He's got to go. It's plain and simple. It's nothing personal.
Arteta learned from
Guardiola,
Pep, but he didn't. He
didn't finish a class.
He didn't learn a few things. He also needs to learn how to move off players quick. The likes
Thank
of
you.
Mossad,
Thank you very much.
Jesus, yeah, thank you. You've tried. You've done well. You're okay. Okay, let's try something else. Bring in other. Yeah, some players need to go. I mean.
So I'm curious to find out when Arsene Wenger was leading Arsenal. At what year did he win his first EPL trophy? Because now all of a sudden the expectations have gotten higher for Arsenal, and this is where the problem is. It is an expectation problem. If the expectations were the same, where we're a mid-table club or maybe top 4, top 5, we will not have a problem. But now all of a sudden there's this notion that Arsenal is one of the best teams in the world, football-wise, and it's not the case.
I mean, they finished top 4.
Top 4 is good, but not top.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it took this long, for them Wenger to win his first trophy.
When it comes to being a big club, you check out other parameters about being a big club. Arsenal, they're bringing in the revenue, they have the fans, it's okay for them to aspire to win titles. You play to win titles. When you are that big, you have to show, you have to show some titles for what you're playing for. And it's, for how many years now have they really, I know they've won the FA Cup, but everyone, stumbles over FA Cup, Copa del Rey. Like if you go to Spain now, Real Sociedad just won the Copa del Rey. That's what those cups are made for. They're made for, surprise
winners
here and there. But Arsenal, I don't know, man. I feel for them. I don't know why, but I feel for them.
Yeah, I personally feel for them too.
Well, I don't. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the internet. I'm enjoying all the fans. I'm enjoying all the haters. And it's not because I have anything personal against them, but some Arsenal fans are just straight up annoying. And I'll be the one to say.
No. They have the biggest mouth in the room.
Not all of them, but some of them are just straight up annoying.
Most of them. No. If they had won the quadruple, some of us would have had to go to Mars or somewhere.
Yeah, honestly, they're very loud. One thing that happened that worked in the advantage yesterday, the game was scheduled to start at 11:30. Most churchgoers were still in church for the first half. So the internet was a little bit quiet. But second half, the internet broke.
I thought they get home, Speaking of advantages, our league started, this past Sunday. It was a beautiful Sunday. The weather was nice. We were expecting a lot of rain, but it didn't happen. But something special did happen. The 2 teams that finished in the final, not to make fun of our co-hosts, Bender FC and Opopo, they lost yesterday. So, Simon Fred, how was NSL yesterday? Unfortunately, I missed it, but I'll let you cover it for us.
NSL. NSL was great yesterday. Nigerian Soccer League were in full gear yesterday. A little bit hampered by the temperatures. It seemed as if we went back to winter, and it was very cold out there. But we had, I believe, 4 games that took place yesterday. As rightfully mentioned, Ogataye, Bender FC, that was a finalist. They lost yesterday to, I would not say an uninspired Warriors team, but they lost 1-2 to Warriors. And then the finalist, Opopo, lost 1-3 to Jamaican that is actually making his very first debut in the NSL this year. So the games were interesting. It was high-paced. One of the games I want to mention was the OGB versus Eastern game. In my history of NSL, I've never seen a scoreline that exorbitant. OGB gave 10-1 to Eastern United. After I approached one of the OGB managers and I said, "What was your score?" He said 10-1. And I said, "Do you feel bad?" That he said, "Yes, that it did not go up to 11 because one player had to go home without a goal." So the objective was to give each player a goal. So the 10 men had a goal and one did not have a goal. I thought that was very funny, but anyway.
I have to call my boy David, man. EU. I have to be. Now you gave me a reason to make fun of somebody.
It will be a very interesting season. From what I saw yesterday, number one, this is probably the earliest I can remember the league starting, and usually the first, 2-3 games, people still trying to shed off the winter, sloppiness and everything, but it was intense. We didn't come prepared, and we paid the price. Bendel. Speaking of Bendel FC. I watched the Opopo Jamaican game. Man, we're in for something with that Jamaican Nats team. They're good.
Yes, the team is pretty good.
It's not a sleepover team. So it's gonna be an interesting season. Definitely. Yeah. Well, I mean, we had we in Bendel FC, we had a 2.5-hour meeting early this morning. Yeah, that's how. Yeah,
is that better?
And also, next weekend we have the over 40. 2 over 40 games are also going to take place next weekend. So the plate is getting fuller. Those that have not had the opportunity to check out NSL, please come out this Sunday. There's good parking. There's good lighting. The fields are good. So come out and experience NSL full-fledged. You're all invited.
That's right.
Yes. I mean, please come out. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to be at the Flex tournament in Dallas, so I may not make the first 2 weeks of NSL, but after that, I will be out. But you guys are definitely invited to come out. Please come out. Great events, great football, great atmosphere, great family-like. Place for your kids to play, run around, enjoy the weather. The next week weather, I'm sure, is going to be better than this, last Sunday. Where everybody have to wear jackets. Bring your own chairs, lawn chairs. Enjoy the atmosphere, man. It's a great family atmosphere. Yeah. Speaking of great family atmosphere, I want to kind of segue to Champions League that we talked about last week. I want to say I was 3 out of 4, right? I got the Real Madrid wrong because I went with my heart, and they tried. I mean, that was a beautiful game. The referee, it is what it is. My team lost, so I'm not gonna doubt it. But Bayern Munich is also my team. So I mean, that was a great game last week. So I got the Arsenal going through. I got Atletico, PSG going through, and Bayern. I thought Real Madrid would be able to pull it off, but they came a little bit short. I think Uche, you actually you were 4 for
4.
There you go.
4. No emotions in football. I mean, even as a big Madrid fan, I just thought Bayern will pull this off. I mean, it would have been devastating if Madrid had taken Bayern again out, because they had to get one. I mean, over the past 6-7 years, they had to get one. So, and it was well deserved. One of the best European games I've seen in modern time. It was a fiery game. Like, woo! If you're a lover of the game, I don't care who you support. Yeah, that's the kind of football that we've missed. We're talking about. I was talking to I was telling some of my friends who we all watched the game. That I said, in my opinion, the 5 best players in the world, 4 of them were in that game.
Yeah.
And
name them for me. Name the 5 best players in the world for me, please.
Kylian Mbappe, Harry Kane, Michael Olise, Vinicius Junior, Lamine Yamal. Yamal was the only player missing in
That
that game.
was not in that game.
Yeah.
I
I
agree
think
with you.
I'm not going to dispute that, and I think the Ballon d'Or will come from that list. Maybe the only name we can add there will be Osman Dembele if PSG does a double. Um, can we talk about Kamavinga a little bit, please? I mean, I'm very pained at heart to see an African brother, although he has French nationality,
Yeah.
come on the field very young, aspiring, and to play in the position of Luka Modric and Toni Kroos. You come on the field, and instead of using your intelligence, and he just loses it. The first foul he had for the yellow card, that's understandable. But I mean, in the world, where in the world of football would you not know that I have a yellow card and you put the decision in the hands of the ref? That cost, who knows if Real Madrid could have won the Champions League again this year because of one bonehead mistake.
See,
Okay. You can go, Coach Ty.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I mean, all I have to say about that, I personally, I blame whoever the Real Madrid psychologist is. Kamavinga shouldn't have gotten in that game. If you've paid attention to Real Madrid for the past 1 month, when I know the news came out that he was going to be offloaded in the summer, he has played horrible. He's checked out of Madrid mentally. If you watch all the games he has played, that's coming, he has been very sloppy. Not the Kamavinga that I used to, in my opinion, I used to even put him above Tchouaméni. I say, yeah, he's more
likewise.
Yeah, his movement, but it showed in that game. It just reminds me of the Nations Cup, Chukweze's coming into the team. How you could tell from his face that, man, I really,
I didn't want to be here.
I've checked out of this. Yeah, and it is what it is. I don't know why Abaloa, the coach, didn't see that. Why not bring in the Thiago Pitach, the boy that okay, we're grooming this boy. He's part of the future of the team. Yeah, bring him in. Why? I mean, that's my opinion.
Well, this is hindsight now. We're talking hindsight. Go ahead.
Yes, okay, I do agree with you, but I don't think there was much of an option for him, right? I wouldn't play Thiago in that game. The stage was too big. And if you notice, the last two games that Thiago played, he is playing as a 6. He made 2 crucial mistakes. The game before that, they ended up with considered a goal, right? And then there was one that he got lucky that the goalkeeper saved, right? He doesn't check the shoulder. As a coach, if you're going to play in the middle, your spatial awareness has got to be top notch. I think Thiago is still struggling with it. And in the big game against Bayern Munich, to move forward into a Champions League semifinal, I wouldn't play him, to be honest, right? So you had no choice but to play Kamavinga. Now Kamavinga is still a young man. He's 23 years old. And it doesn't matter what your age is. Sometimes we struggle in life. Players are also human. They struggle in football. So we have to recognize that. Yes, I'm not making an excuse for him. He made a big mistake. Him himself regretted. He ended up crying. I heard in the locker room.
Shaving his hair.
Shaking his head. He regretted it.
No, shaving his hair.
Shaving his head off and all that kind of stuff.
I'm not sure how true that is.
I heard it cry. So I feel for him. Honestly, I do. I really, really do feel for him. And for the fact that the El Presidente came in the locker room and told Arugula to get out, that he wanted to address the rest of the players and then blasted them and told them they better finish the league strong. That because, and I agree with him, it's a privilege to play for Real Madrid. So-called, if not the best club, at least top 3 best clubs in the world. And for them not to win a title in 3 years, it's a big mistake. But I do feel bad for Kamavinga. Hopefully he gets to stay. But we don't know. They still got a couple games left before the end of the season, So I feel bad. But since we're on Champions League, Bayern Munich, who kicked Real Madrid out of Champions League semifinal, also won their league this weekend. So we give them kudos.
Yeah, congrats to Bayern.
With what? With 4 games to go.
With 4 games to go, they didn't just win their league with 4 games to go. This is the back-to-back winning. Obviously, they're the dominant team in EPL. But I want to definitely recognize Vincent Kompany, right? Vincent Kompany is a young coach. I don't even think he's 40 yet. I think he's 38 or 39, right? Wow. And a lot of people have been talking about his dad, who struggled and went through a lot, but I don't want to cover all that. Brian Diaz that Liverpool rejected, he's there, and like Simon Fred always want to say about Kane not win a plastic cup or a straw in England. I forgot the phrase that you used.
A teaspoon.
Now a teaspoon. Thank you. He's now a two-time league champion with Bayern Munich. Of course, Olise, that who we all love and respect this game, is the league champion. So I mean, if you can see the championship, pictures and trophies and everything. So congratulations to Bayern, Vincent Company, and those guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to chime in about that.
Yes, I know they beat Stuttgart 4-2 this last weekend. That's what gave them the championship. And this is going to be their 35th Bundesliga title. Real Madrid has 36 La Liga titles. The big boys are up there. And Real Madrid has 15 Champions League titles. Bayern has 6. Bayern is trying. They're looking at Real Madrid as their own mirror, their own competition around the world. Do you know what the second person in Bundesliga has in terms of number of titles? They have 5. There are 2 teams with 5. That's Dortmund and Mönchengladbach. They have 5 each. And Bayern has 35.
Wow.
That is some dominance. Believe me or not.
And that's why I would say it's Bayern Munich, it's the Bundesliga. It's not that big of a deal. What they want really is the Holy Grail, the UEFA Champions League. I mean, my years of following football, and I mean, I haven't seen 2 years go by without Bayern Munich winning, the Bundesliga. I mean, it's like normal for them. I know, but this Champions League, they want it so bad.
So bad.
And right from the beginning of the season, they were my early pick too.
Yeah.
There are rumors.
And
there are rumors of Vitinha being hurt. So I don't know if that will work in the advantage of Bayern against PSG.
It would be a big advantage for Bayern Munich because PSG needs Vitinha. In fact, I'm also of the opinion if PSG goes and wins the Champions League and does the double-double, I know everyone is talking about Ousmane Dembele getting the Ballon d'Or, but Vitinha would definitely give him a run for his money because if you check, Dembele has not scored as much as he did last year where he got the, Ballon d'Or because he's been a little in and out in terms of injuries, so his numbers are not that great. And I know, modern day, Ballon d'Or. That's why I'm not too big on the Ballon d'Or anymore. I'd rather stick with my FIFA Player of the Year. Our numbers now. You remember the World Footballer remember the FIFA World Player of the Year award then that we used to love?
Yeah.
Where you have the Luis Figos, the Zidane, the Rivaldos. Those guys, their scoring numbers were not astronomical, but we gave it to footballers who we knew that, their influence on the game. I mean, Fabio Cannavaro won the World Player of the Year. It's.
I mean, I'm just
all the numbers.
I know we're wrapping up and we're going to make our predictions for the semifinal of the Champions League next week because there's no Champions League this week. But I just want to, congratulate Bayern Munich again. I think, yes, Uche, I know, yes, they're the big dog in Bundesliga. They're supposed to win it. But I just love the players that they have, to be honest. Not just I'm a fan. They have great people like Alphonso Davies, Harry Kane, I'm happy for him. Vincent Company, the best professionals in the game. Yeah. That's you want the right guys to win.
Kimmich.
So
professionals.
Yeah, well, I know we're not making our predictions right now, but I'm gonna make my early predictions and hopefully for them to win the Champions League. So that's it for me. So Manfred, any last words before we wrap up?
I'll just say NSL is back.
Yes.
Let's come and patronize. I know next week we're going to do our Champions League predictions, so I'll save time for that. But please hug an Arsenal fan out there. They need it. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not hugging the Arsenal fan. I don't want that bad juju of me. I don't want the bubbly juju of you. Sorry, let them keep their tears. Uche, go ahead.
All right, my people, it's football, football, football. Nice having you guys again. See you guys next week. NSL, it's getting really, really, really intense from day one. Everyone has to buckle up. Come out there. It's a nice, fun environment. Even the new Liberty where we play, even while NSL is going on, there are a lot of kids program going on there. Man, you guys out there, you gotta get your kids to start playing sports. Soccer especially is getting bigger and bigger here in the DMV. Everywhere you go, man, it's
The
football.
food, NSL, the food, the
Yeah,
soya, Uche
hey,
House of Soya.
come on there and check us out. We'll be there with the truck next week. So,
all right, thank you guys. Like I said, everybody subscribe, follow. If you want to know the address to Liberty Field, subscribe to our Instagram and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You see everything there, what we have going on. And I second what Uche just said about kids playing sports, soccer. Like I said, you don't have to play soccer all the way, but soccer is a good sport to start because no matter what sport you do, it doesn't matter if it's boxing, tennis, dancing, or whatever, everything starts with footwork. And soccer is one of those things that you use to master your footwork. And you can take that to any other sport and take advantage of it. So again, thank you very much, everybody. Subscribe, follow us, and we'll see you next week.